Can you hear this? This is my incredible guest today singing You Will Never Walk Alone on Britain's Got Talent. When she got to the semi-finals and the world got to hear how incredible her voice is. Originally from Australia, Alison burst onto the West End stage in London and has enjoyed the most incredible 30-year career. She's not that old, I promise. As an actress, singer, concert performer, and session singer. She received an Olivier Award nomination for Best Actress in the musical Jerry Springer, and you will have heard her amazing voice on countless film tracks like Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Mamma Mia, Shrek, you name it, that's just a handful. And every week on Strictly Come Dancing. I'm so excited as Alison has come over to the dark side with me, well, the white side, and into the wedding industry, the beautiful wedding industry, where she is a civil wedding and funeral celebrant. I'm so thrilled to chat with her twice today. Please welcome the uber talented, and wait for the crescendo, oh, I got goosebumps, Ali. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Alison Jiear.
No, thank you, my darling.
Four judges did. I'm going to give you a standing O. Listen to that applause.
Aww.
Your face when you finished.
The single most frightening day of my life, I think.
Was that really? I mean, that must have been terrifying.
Gosh. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm just, how amazing, you know, to get to the semi-finals. But I'm just so thrilled, like, everybody got to hear your incredible voice.
Oh, thank you, lovely. It was an incredible journey. It was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime journey. And I'm very grateful, you know, because I got to record my dream album following the show, which we financed through a crowdfunding campaign, and the musical theatre community really got behind me. And yeah, it was can't believe it's 5 years ago. It's just flown.
Amazing, crazy, isn't it? Time has just blown by. I mean, as we were both in the West End at the same time, and I remember, you know, when you came onto the scene, like Ali Jiear, oh my God, the voice of an angel. And it, you know, it was just, you were like on this pedestal to me, this voice that you had. And I know our lovely friend Johnny Barr is listening into the show today, but he would always say to me, listen to this is Ali Jiear, listen to this is Ali Jiear. And I'm like, oh God, if I could only sing like you.
He should be my agent.
He really should. But when did you realize that you had this God-given talent?
Do you know, I don't even think I realized. I mean, I always sang. Both of my parents had beautiful voices. They met in the church choir. I was raised on the Seekers, so I've always been surrounded by harmony. I've always harmonized with my mum and my dad. But I don't know, I guess we just grew up singing. We were like the Brady Bunch.
How many of you were there?
5. We were missing one. Marsha wasn't available. But it's funny because I was actually going to be a nursery teacher. I was going to go into childcare, and my music teacher, championed me, and she said, you know, they're auditioning at the Conservatorium of Music, and I was like, oh, that sounds fun. Okay, and I got in.
That's incredible. Changed your life completely.
Completely.
Yeah. Miss Glorious White had a question for you. She said, how do you control your nerves on something like as big as, you know, Britain's Got Talent?
Do you know what? It really was quite scary. And I walked out there. I kind of had a double whammy because sadly I'd lost my father months before. And I really was on that journey for him and with him. And when I walked out on the stage, I just had it in my mind that I've got one shot. I've got one shot to do it. And I literally felt him fly down and go right up my skirt and set off firecrackers. And I did it with my dad's strength, swear.
Wow. You're
He was
not going to lose your shot. A bit of Hamilton there, right?
yeah,
Yeah, you
and
get one shot.
I was really, really nervous, but yeah.
But when your dad is with you, it's amazing how calm it can be. You know, you can see in your face. You get one shot at it, and my God, you blew it out the water.
But I think as performers too, we're used to having to, you know, when we walk out on stage or when we walk into a wedding or a funeral or whatever it is we're doing in life, you have one shot to get it right. Whether it's for yourself or for the people that you're looking after, and you have to park your stuff at the door. You know, you can't take it in with you. You can't take it on stage. You can't take it into a funeral or a wedding. You park it at the door, and we're accustomed to doing that. You know, so.
And I think that's why the crossover from performing or being on TV and film and musicals to the wedding industry is incredibly similar. Because of that background, you know, you have one chance to make it perfect. You can't fluff your lines. You can't forget a vendor. You know, you have to go out there and stand and read, and you know, you can't do this. So it's incredible, the crossover, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And I'm surprised actually how many transferable skills there are. I mean, I never thought of being a celebrant. It wasn't what I felt I was placed on this earth to do. And it was incredible coming into the industry, because once I came into it, I was so taken aback by how fulfilling it was.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Do you ever think of how that is? I know from my point of view, but I wondered how you thought about from when you were performing and then now you're performing for somebody else. It's a different thing, isn't it? Even though you have an audience.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, I've been a funeral celebrant for many years, and my journey into the wedding industry has only been over the last year and a half. So, I mean, I'm so passionate about working with bereaved families. My heart is absolutely there. You really do have such an awesome responsibility to get it right for people and to care for people, you know.
Yeah.
You get one shot. And it's the same with the wedding day. You know, they've got one day to have that perfect ceremony, to have everything go right. And most importantly, even if it doesn't go right, to be able to, you know, get through it and to soften those edges and find a way to make it work, you know.
Yes, because it never is perfect. Yeah. How did this all come into your life? We'll come back to the musicals and everything, but how did you suddenly go from like being this superstar singer performer to like doing funerals?
Well, again, my dad, I lost my father and I flew back to Australia for his funeral, and my dad had asked me to sing at his funeral and I declined for obvious reasons. I just thought there's no way I'd ever get through it. Yeah. Fast forward 6 months and I regret it to this day that I didn't sing. But I came back to the UK and I decided I couldn't really do much better than to offer my voice to the funeral industry. And to use, I mean, I always use my voice to connect with people when I'm performing, whether I'm at Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club or whether I'm at the Royal Albert Hall. I will find people and I will make a connection, you know, wherever I go. Otherwise, what's the point? But I put myself out as a funeral singer. I met the most incredible funeral arranger. She recognized certain gifts in me and championed me to become a celebrant. And I looked into it. And a year later, almost to the day, I became fully certified.
Wow.
And I'm now certified in weddings and naming days and, you know, renewals of vows and the whole thing. So yeah,
incredible.
I love it.
That came into your life. There's always like a mentor or somebody that opens the door for you, and then it's your choice. So whether you take that journey and open the door fully. Yeah, good for her. There's another lady on our show, Sarah Sullivan. She follows,
Hi,
and
Sarah.
you guys need to connect because she did the reverse of what she started with a wedding, and now she's gone to a funeral celebrant. She's out here in America, and she used to be in the business, you know, on sports business on TV as well. So it's funny, isn't it? How it just we gravitate towards one another.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you have the most beautiful website, thecivilcelebrant.com. It's so beautiful. We'll put that up afterwards as well, so people can find you, especially people calling in from England. You know, you really need to look at her website. And I love it. Do you ever sing at weddings as well?
I do. So I'm putting packages together at the moment. Do you know, it's a really fine line, because when I'm being a celebrant, I just want to be there for the couple. And I find maybe it's me worrying too much about what people think. We all have that little demon on the shoulder, don't we?
Yeah.
I am trained to, and in me, naturally, it's not about me. It's about them. And unfortunately, I think it becomes too much about me. If I'm officiating the service and I'm singing, I just lose the balance. I don't like it. So if someone wants me to sing at their wedding, I will sing at the wedding, but I won't officiate. Unless it really serves the couple and really serves the ceremony, I won't do it.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, because it isn't about us, is it? It's about the couple or the funeral. Yeah, I know. And it's a talent that you could bring to it, but it might feel, you know, uncomfortable. It has to feel right, doesn't it? Us creatives go by feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I offer it, you know, I do have that offering on the website. And again, it's all a journey. You know, I've spent this year kind of hiding my singing. I didn't mention anything at all about my career on my Celebrant website. And
no, I noticed that.
Yeah, and it was a few of my fellow celebrants who really championed me, and just said, that's what makes you you. You know, and that's what we're buying into at the end of the day, isn't it? We buy into people. So I told myself off and I embraced it, and now I'm, you know, celebrating it, but I hope with a degree of humility.
Yes, because you bring a whole career of wealth of knowledge, and it does blend so well. It's like some clients I will find out about my past career, and I just saw Marina, one of my lovely brides, join in here, but you know, she's in musical theater as well, and so, you know, I immediately knew that's an amazing connection. You know, there's so many amazing connections when you both love the same thing, and from that comes beauty and amazement and great friendships.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it was like when you started working as a wedding planner, but for me, starting as a celebrant, I'm sure you were the same. I almost hid what I did because I wanted people to take me seriously as a celebrant, and it has taken me 3 years really to fully embrace everything that I am. Everything that I've experienced in life, personal and business-wise, makes me who I am. And it must be the same for you.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's very true. Yeah, it is. It's who I am. It's a part of me. I never want to change it, because that, you know, my heart is full from that career, and now it's full from this career. And I just feel like, I just feel I can give so much to people, and I don't want to like hide it, you know.
No. And I think we said when we were talking last week, I think we said, you know, especially with weddings, well, all areas really, but with weddings especially, it is like producing the most important one-off show you will ever produce. And the director has to be right. They're the leading actors, you know, and you've got to have your stage manager, your producer, your director, your musicians, you know. It really is.
Yeah, it is. And I think that's the difference between like a really good, exciting wedding and just going to a wedding.
Yeah.
You know, like how many weddings have you been to when, you know, they've cut the cake and people leave? You don't want them to do that. You want them to be, well, what's next? What's exciting? And everything, you know, starts with you. It starts with the wedding. It starts with the vows, the ceremony that you build with your couple. It starts right there. Yeah. And then, you know, we then bounce off that. What's the process that you do? Say I'm a bride and I'm coming to you for your wedding ceremony. Take us through your process.
I